Welcome to Salcedo Paranormal. Hopefully, you can all hear me. I messed with some settings today, so we'll see how it goes. As always, I'm all out of sorts. Anyway, tonight is Thursday, September 29th, 2022, and tonight I will be sharing paranormal news. As always, you can find all the episodes of the podcast along with links to social media, ways to donate, and ways to contact me at the podcast page, and that is salcidoparanormal.podbean.com. That's SALSIDO. And checking my volume again, make sure that's up. Okay. And that's SALSIDO paranormal.podbean.com. Always happy to hear from you all, whether you have comments or questions or topic suggestions or stories of paranormal experiences, whether they're your own or from others that you trust. Happy to either read those or have you join me on the show to talk about them. And so this is the last regular show for the week, but I am going to try to do a show tomorrow night as well. So keep an eye on the Discord for that. That announcement. So I have a few stories here that I'll talk about tonight, and they're just a few paranormal related articles, and one is popular culture. And they're all in the stream chat, and I will include them in the podcast and YouTube episode descriptions as well. And as always, thank you all for listening, whether you're here for the live streams or you listen to the podcast or YouTube feeds. So I think that covers everything for now, and that means I can get to these articles here. I have a couple articles about haunted places in different states in the U.S. This first one is from Minnesota Monthly, .com. And the title of this one is, let's see here, The Most Haunted Places in Minnesota. So I always recommend checking out these articles because I just skim over them, and then when they have lists like this, I just choose a couple of places to talk about, and then leave you all to check out the rest of the article for yourselves. And of course they have pictures as well. So I'm glad I found this article. There's at least one place in this list I haven't heard of. This first one they're talking about is the Glen Sheen Mansion, and I never heard of this place. But the amazing thing is, if you look hard enough, you will find places that you may have never heard of, that are said to be haunted, or even just that seem like they'd be interesting to look into, to research, just for the history of the places. And this is apparently in Duluth, Minnesota. And let's see here. Apparently, it's been there was the last people that lived there, or people that lived there years ago. So it has a history of murder, unfortunately, in some places. It goes over all those details. But as far as the hauntings go, the people say that there are apparitions of people there that used to live there. A couple of the people that were apparently murdered. Let's see here. I'm trying to go back to the. So, yeah. Apparently, there was an heiress that used to live there and a nurse. She had a nurse, and they were both killed. And apparently, they are apparitions. This happened some years ago, decades ago, and their apparitions are still seen today. Apparently, the place has several rooms. Let's see here. Apparently, there have been sightings of figures moving around the basement or looking out the windows of the mansion as well. So, and these reports come from visitors and employees. The place apparently has 39 rooms and more than 27,000 square feet. Um, so, looking at that, that's quite the sightings there. The next one is a bridge. Uh, let's see here. This one says it's apparently the legend or the nickname given to the place is Crazy Annie's Bridge. This apparently is near Henderson. And apparently this is this woman that was said to be seen there was a World War I widow who apparently never left the spot where she passed. And it mentions that there's not much around the bridge today. There's just a tree by it. The legend apparently says that there was a small house once nearby. This is according to legend, where Annie lived with her husband and 3 children. It mentions that after being widowed, apparently I'm guessing through the war, now it goes into some darker stuff here. So leave that for you all to check out. But so yeah, apparently this apparition of this widow is seen on the bridge. And it is the good thing is it's a legend, so hopefully it's not totally true. But there have been sightings and reports from that area. People say that they hear her voice on the road leading to the bridge. And other reports say that there have been sounds of footsteps, radios and phones acting in strange ways. That's an odd one. Cars mysteriously locking or refusing to start. Faces appearing from the darkness. That's odd. And unexplained handprints on car windows. That can kind of be caused by some different things, but also can't discount the paranormal possibilities there as well. So, let's see here. There are more places on this list, but I think I will leave them all for you to check out the rest of this article. So, oh wait, the next one is this a series of caves. So I have to look into this one. It says the Wabasha Street Caves. And these are in St. Paul. Apparently, these caves now are a popular entertainment venue. But they were once they were used for different purposes back during 1930s Prohibition. And these caves are home to what they call a speakeasy, which is where people would illegally consume alcohol that was not allowed at the time. And so it talks about how at one night a bunch of gangsters were playing poker after most of the people there had left. And the waitresses there that were closing the place up said that they heard gunshots in the casino. So she rushed out. I guess it's one waitress to find 3 of the gangsters dead. And so let's see here. The police were called, and apparently these spirits of these gangsters are said to roam the caves today. Let's see here. Looking at the rest of this here. So yeah, apparently they're the sightings of these spirits. that are said to roam the area. But of course, the place has since been turned into um, a wedding and an entertainment venue, and people have seen these figures um, moving around the place. Even one time, apparently, there was a report of a kid saying that they were playing with the gangster men. So that's an odd experience there. But I think I'll leave the rest of that, like I said, for you all to check out and go from there. So let's see here. Check on the chat, and okay, everything looks okay there. Looking forward to this weekend. I'm getting a new headset, so apparently it's not been working as well as it used to. So that'll be nice once that gets here. I just ordered it, and so anyway, hopefully they'll have that by Sunday. I think I'll probably have to do the Tomorrow Night Show with this old headset, but we'll see how it goes once I get the new one. So it's amazing how constant use of these things can just wear them down. This is not my first headset by any means. So, but anyway, this next article is from, let's see here, lightonline.com, LITE online.com. And this one, the article title is Real Idahoans, which is apparently a thing. Real Idahoans with real paranormal stories. And this article, let's see here, goes. It's kind of a mix of these places that are said to be haunted. Oh, apparently that's an extra article. I'm sorry. So some of these articles, I don't like when they do that. They'll have an article, but then they'll put other articles beneath the main article. But anyway, so let's see here. Looking into. Okay, I think I have to get out of the reader mode because it's not showing all the stories. So we'll do that real quick, and then we'll get back to this here. Okay, so let's see here. There's the first story here. Let's see here that it mentions that there was a man in Meridian where at his home he had paranormal activity there. His last name is Morin, who was a CBS 2 employee, so an employee of a media network. Apparently, it says he was playing guitar, doing basically a jam session, as they called it, with some friends of his that were over Facebook, apparently. I'm sorry. And his daughter was there with a couple of friends, and the family has 2 dogs. So the daughter and the friends and both dogs were apparently in the daughter's room with the door shut, while Brian was in a completely different room. And during the video, apparently this Facebook video, there was a unexplained black shape that came into view from the right side of the screen. And apparently it's not just a single little orb shaped thing. It's more mass than that. It says in the article here. So that's a weird sighting. Those sightings of things on videos, on live videos, are always amazing to me because unless the people are completely hoaxing, they don't plan on that happening. So this article, even when I'm in the regular version, is not working super well. Let me see here. It says keep scrolling for more, and I'm doing that. Let's see here. Scrolling. Sorry about that. It feels like it just shared one story and then it went into another article. So that's always nice. But you know what we can do? This other article here is of interest as well in this topic, so we could include this here. This is a list of apparently haunted places in Idaho. Um, and the first one it mentions here is known or was known as the Kit Kat Club in Meridian. But the building was demolished in 2016. But apparently, there were reports of hauntings there. People would hear former guests, it says, and employees would hear lockers pounding backstage when no one was in there. Um, so let's see here. Yeah, that's an odd one, especially if there's no one there. Um, so yeah, there's just the second article there for you all to check out on top of the first one. Hopefully, maybe it'll work better for you than it did for me. I don't know why it didn't work. Um, so I have one more article here to share. This is more along the pop culture, popular culture angle of things. And let's see here. So yeah, headsets do not last super long. Lily was saying in the chat that yeah, they don't last really long. So, but I've just ordered one, so hopefully it'll be here by Saturday, and we'll see how it goes on Sunday. So this last article, I always like to check on these every so often, these kinds of articles here, when they show up, because they're always different and neat to see how tastes change or how views on things change over time. And so this article is from a website called yardbarker.com. It's quite the name. And the title is The 25 Greatest Ghost Films. So I'm just going to go through some of these here and see which ones I don't recognize, and I'll read the summary as well. So let's see here. Looking in, some of these are international, so there's names I don't even know how to say exactly. This first one they mention here is I'm not sure if this is another language or if it's just supposed to be an odd marketing thing, but the title is UGETSU, and it came out in 1953. So, so I'm guessing here. Looks like this might just be from, yeah, a different country here. And this is apparently a fable about an ambitious potter. Yeah, this is all. I'm pretty sure this is Japanese. Maybe the names here are not. They are very much not easy to say. But this character in this movie is persuaded by the spirit of a deceased noblewoman to become to leave his wife and child. Okay, and so then he eventually returns, and when he gets there, he finds another spirit, and this one, okay, it doesn't really go into the rest of the details, but that is pretty far back to go for a ghost movie that it seems like had a good good message to it as well, just regarding greed and then what that can do, and then kindness. So the next one it mentions here is The Shining in 1980. That's of course based on, or at least loosely based on, Stephen King novel, which I have reviewed before. So they're going back for some of these movies here. And the next one they mention is The Changeling, which I've heard of but never seen. A lot of these I've never seen, and this is also from 1980. And this is apparently about it's set in a mansion that has a uh, let's see here, some other being in there that can change shape, and it mentions that there's it's more of an atmosphere kind of movie, not so much um, gore or slasher or any of those kind of things. So apparently, it also involves. Let's see here. Um, oh, okay, never mind. So yeah, it's basically a haunted house movie. The next one they mentioned here is The Sixth Sense. That's from 1999. Again, I always say that's possibly one of the, as far as portraying the paranormal in a more realistic way, that may be one of the better movies out there. I think it really is. In terms of it's not all evil, it's not it's not really violent. Excuse me. So it's really really a good movie overall, and you have to watch it a couple of times, I think, to appreciate it all as well. So, let's see here. Now this next one, it's the title of the movie is Pulse. Came out in 2001, and so let's see here. I'm looking to see what this one is talking about. I believe I've heard of a U.S. version of this, but they're talking about the Japanese horror version of it. So, and it's about communication systems and how they could be used or how they could be accessed and used by spirits in a way, I guess, to manipulate people. So, and it's a horror movie, so it's obviously going to goes to extremes, I'm guessing. So, let's see here. So yeah, there's 20 more movies in this list you can check out and get more details on. So, seems like that could be a fun read, and maybe lead to some movies if you haven't seen them before. So, that's it for today. Thank you all for listening and for being here, and dealing with the technical issues at the beginning there. And I'll be back either tomorrow or Sunday with another episode of Salcedo Paranormal. So until then, take care, everyone.